This place is called the Fisherman's Camp. Apparently it's been here since the 60s. Let's take a little pan just to show you how beautiful it is. And then we have Sal over here reading a sign. What are you reading?
It says, caution, 3 exclamation points. Trees and tree branches can and do fall down at any time. So good thing we saw this because we had to move our campsite out a little bit. You can hear them crackling at night, but so far we've been in the clear. No branches have fallen on us yet. Lake Naivasha is actually the highest, it's at the highest elevation within the Rift Valley. The whole Rift Valley is this area. There's a lot of different lakes. This is one of the biggest ones. It has over 400 different species of birds and a sizable hippo population. I think the name comes from the Maasai word called Naiposha, which means rough waters. There's a lot of birds. It means rough waters because a lot of storms can just pick up all of a sudden, which has been happening since we've been here. It'll be all sunny and bright and then it'll start monsooning. We've seen a lot of colobus monkeys, which are cool. They kind of look like they're a half skunk because of their tails. They're so cool. Oh, I know, there's a million.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 in that tree.
Yeah, there is.
There are a couple of fish eagles though up in this tree above us. That's what we've been hearing. They make quite a racket and they look very similar to our bald eagles in North America.
Our little Alps mountaineering tent is still hanging in there. We broke one of the tent poles, so we're either gonna have to get a new tent or get new poles. But I've had this tent 10 years, so it's been through the ringer and has lasted a long time so far.
About dusk, which is about 30 minutes from now, a number of hippos come up out of the water. And the only thing that's really protecting us is this fence that's only, what, 3 feet high, 2.5, I'd say.
Yeah.
And it is electrified, and they apparently know this because they don't press up against it.
Yeah.
But they do get very close. This is the closest we've been to hippos on this entire trip. It's hard to tell with the GoPro, but we're only 12 feet.
Yeah.
So about 3-4 meters from the fence.
I think they're very used to people around here because there's always fishermen right here. They'll sit on this log out here and fish. They also are just in the water. So I don't think are scared of them or one person spotting or what, but they're just kind of swimming among the lily pads where all the hippos are, which is pretty impressive. We're strolling into town, Naivasha town that is, or as Kevin calls it, the urban center. We're going to a Chinese restaurant. It's apparently pretty good.
And it's also actually in Mandarin. So it's not just a Chinese restaurant, it's an authentic Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
They're actually trying to appeal to Chinese people instead of tourists even. And it has fresh fish and other seafood. I guess they specialize in crayfish.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. Okay, we're just going by. I think it's a church singing. We'll just check it out as we go by. This is Thursday night, so we're not sure exactly what they're festive for, but it's definitely a religious thing. There's a little bit of a market here. This is our little town that we feel like we live here now. We've been here for a few days.
It's a good town.
We don't get out too much, but when we do, sure is a lot to see. It's funny how when we first got to Africa, we were almost, I don't know, intimidated, but just we sparingly did, our wandering through little villages and stuff. And now it's like we don't even really think about it. We're so used to being here that it just seems like second nature. And we realize that everybody is quite friendly and there's nothing to really worry about.
A lot of roosters.
A lot of roosters.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
How are you? How are you? Good.
Fine. Good. They always say the same thing. They always say, how are you? And then we say fine, and then we say how are you, and they say fine. So fine is the official English phrase that they learn.
Yeah.
But the kids are really cute here.
They're adorable. Probably the
Hi.
cutest kids.
Hi, how are you?
You're
Fine. You're fine? Okay, we're fine too. Thank you. See, everyone here is fine. Nobody's great. Nobody's bad.
Yeah.
Everyone's fine.
Everyone's just fine.
This has got to be the Chinese place.
Made it.
Oh, cool buffalo skull. Take a little peek. Oh yeah, it's scary. Oh, there's a lot going on in there. Ooh. Is this a restaurant?
Hey.
Is it open? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe not. It's changed.
It's the Chinese food entrance. Or it looks like it is. We don't know if it is for sure, but there's some people coming in with some fish. Is this the restaurant? Cool. Oh, who's this?
So little.
Hello, buddy. Cool. Well, we didn't know what to expect. This is really cool.
Well, the portions are a lot bigger than we expected, but I think we nailed it. We got some egg and nori soup, some Szechuan pork, and rice. How is it, Ethan?
Delicious.
Delicious.
It's very good.
Last morning on Naivasha. It's really pretty out.
It's a really cool spot.
Our daily fisherman's coming up to his log to go fish. The trees are very cool here, although most of them do look dead, which is why I think they're falling over all the time. The guys were trying to get the branches down of some of them by throwing a rope over it and then pulling the branches down. Coming up here to the little lodge to get some breakfast.
Beautiful view over the lake.
Yeah, the lake is really
And it
pretty.
elevates it. Can we sit outside again?
Yeah. Yeah, this has been a great spot though. We loved it. You can see out to the lake. There's a ton of lily pads. Actually, it's already gotten fatter. It wasn't that far out yesterday, and it keeps building up. After a great breakfast, we made our way back to camp to pack everything up. Okay, so we got the tent packed up and we're just gonna oil the chains and load the bikes and hit the road.
There's a group of monkeys over here that you can't see, but they've been cruising around us for the last 20 minutes.
They're just the gray monkeys, but they're very playful. No colobus monkeys today. It is actually already kind of thunderstorming a little bit, but it's very warm out, so we should be good.
Okay, here we go. Just leaving Lake Naivasha. Back to Nairobi with maybe a pit stop for some really cool wool shearling hats. They look like they're Russian. All right. I'm pretty loaded. Got some extra water. Great campsite. Very relaxing. Friendly cows they are. Highly recommend Fisherman's Camp. 2 hours outside of Nairobi. Okay, so we're gonna take a left out of here and we're gonna wave to our water guy. All right. We have to remember we might need some steering head bearings when we come back. Yeah, one seems to be, I don't know, sometimes it seems hard, sometimes it doesn't. Ooh, it's like a truck looking over up here. Wow. Definitely seeing a few trucks tipped over in Africa, that's for sure. Never like to see that. Hope nobody was too hurt. Exhaust service. I don't know what that means. I think exhaust service could actually mean like septic or sewage, but it didn't smell. So anyways, so, we just see that a lot in Africa. It's very sad because people here struggle as it is. We did enjoy this town though. Really nice people, very relaxing. The park was fantastic. We met some really cool Maasai people like our buddy Kevin. There's the office of the president. It's pretty funny. It says Chief's office, and then underneath it says Ass Chief, ASS. We figured that probably means assistant chief. That's what we'd like to think. Just cruising through Naivasha town, and it's pretty hectic. Gotta watch what's going on. We've got about 30 minutes, and it's Friday, so people are out and about. Sun's coming out. People usually have Saturday and Sunday off around the greater Nairobi area, we found out. So yeah, I guess Friday's the big party night. Lots of markets. There's cool looking shoes, Sal says. We're really excited though about these wool hats that we're gonna go look at. We're gonna act disinterested so we don't get the price jacked up too much, but apparently the price for locals is 5 times less than the price for a tourist. So we're kind of armed with that information. We don't expect to get him at the local price, but we don't, want to get it 5 times higher either. So if we pay double the local price, we're usually pretty happy. We'll see what happens. There's a few fish being sold. Not as many as I saw last time I was in Kenya. There was a ton of fish being sold. Apparently they've cracked down on it a little more now. It looks like catfish. Looks delicious actually. Very big. And these veggies look fantastic too. Anyways, we gotta stay focused. We're going for some wool hats. It's 80 degrees out, 85, but we're gonna go get some wool hats. Is there a car coming? Yeah, he's gonna get over. I think the best one was like back there. Let's just walk. Let's just put the bikes here and walk. Beautiful. Okay, this is the spot where we saw the tourist stuff, and there's the Great Rift Valley. We're gonna take a little break and check out some souvenirs. So we stopped at our little stands, and they had some, some guys passing in. They had some the shearling wool hats. They were actually a better deal than we were told, so we ended up getting a few. And we'll break them out when we're back at camp. Right now we should probably watch the road. They look a lot like this guy, but on your head. So we're just getting back into Nairobi. We're in Karen's neighborhood, which is Karen Blixen of the movie Out of Africa, or I should say the poem. But yeah, it's a beautiful neighborhood. I think it's where a lot of expats live, diplomats. It seems like it's kind of a secure area. There's a lot of police and security around the area. They kind of, there's some security just to kind of get into the neighborhood. You can tell they put a little more watchful eye than other parts in the city. Okay, back at Junko Junction. Thank you, Asante. All right. I see our spot, babe. What do you think? Do you think that's for somebody? Do you think they're reserving it? We'll ask. Yeah, back at Jungle Junction.
Made it.
Made it. Just gotta put my bike on the right spot. There we go.
This is our favorite overland vehicle.
Yeah, this is our coolest little, I think it's still an MAN, but it's an old one, so it's the original. Or it might be Mercedes. I don't really know. Let's take a little walk around. I don't know, it doesn't say. It's very cool though. We dig it. It's got a Dakar seat cover, which is always cool. And then you have the big MAN, the modern ones. Those are very impressive. Anyway, we're back.